Oh, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here to present you my NBA morning shoot around for Tuesday, December 17th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all my my NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't come and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash signups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for our DFS needs. So make sure to come check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So we got a solid little 6-game slate today. Got some good plays for you guys, in my opinion. A couple good value plays, a couple good mid-tier plays, and a couple spots you can pay up at. So real quick before we jump in this video, if you guys don't mind, please take that quick second, click the like button down below. Helps me out, and I really appreciate that from you guys. Yeah, let's go. So we'll start at the top, man. It's easy. It's a pretty easy play, in my opinion. Trae Young going against New York. If you want to pay up there, I mean, I wouldn't blame you at all. New York is a young team. They definitely have been struggling a little bit this year. This is a spot where Atlanta could definitely have a chance to win this game, and I think that Trae Young could have a really, really good game here. 10,000. You need about 50 for value. We only got it projected at 44 fantasy points, a little bit undervalued. So I do think he's a little bit more GPP play just because of the price tag. But nonetheless, I mean, I like him. I think that you can definitely probably consider him in cash games as well. The guy's just giving you a really solid floor. He's doing everything for that Atlanta team in a very winnable game. Next, we'll move down a little bit. Malcolm Brogdon. He's been playing very, very well this season for Indiana since coming over from the Bucks. Get a matchup against the Lakers today. This should be a pretty up-tempo, back-and-forth game. The Lakers do like to get out and run. And Indiana has a bunch of young guys as well that gets out and run. So I think it's a pretty good spot for Malcolm Brogdon at 7,900. The price tag is down a little bit. I think that he's going to give you a floor of 35 with upside of about 45. You could definitely get a little bit of upside in this price tag. So I think that Malcolm Brogdon is a guy that we can look at today. Then Spencer Dinwiddie, 8,300. Man, the guy's just been killing it since Kyrie went out, since LeVert's been out. Gets a matchup against New Orleans, up-tempo team. I think this is a pretty good game to target on both sides, Brooklyn and New Orleans. I like Spencer Dinwiddie at 8,300. I think that our projection on him is a little bit low. So I like all three of these guys. Talking about Dinwiddie, Brogdon, Trae Young. Definitely all three of those guys are in play if we're kind of looking at the top tier. Moving down, a couple guys that I think we can pay down for. I talked about this Brooklyn game. I like it. I think we can look at Lonzo, 6,000. I think this is a good spot for Lonzo to have a really good game. This is a really cheap price tag for Lonzo. I haven't seen this price tag on Lonzo in a minute, man. And definitely he's been up and down, but I think it's very fair. All you need is 30 for value. We currently have him projected at 27. I think that's a little bit low. I could easily see you getting right around 30 fantasy points, hit 5X, and he does have 40 fantasy point upside, especially in this matchup against Brooklyn. One more guy that I'll quickly throw out there. I like Rajon Rondo. He is a game time decision. I expect him to play today. 5,000 is a very fair price tag for Rondo. I mean, Rondo can get you almost, we need 25 for value. He can almost get you that in just assists alone if he's rolling. Plus, he's going to get you a couple of rebounds, couple of points, maybe a steal or two. So I think this is a buy low opportunity on Rondo at only 5,000. He is a game time decision, but I definitely expect him to play, and I really like him in this spot. Moving on, shooting guard. Start at the top. I told you about this Brooklyn game. I'm really liking it. I'm going to talk about two different Pelicans. First, I'm going to talk about Drew Holiday. I really like Drew Holiday here, 8,300. He's going to give you a solid floor, man. We got to project it a little bit over 5X as well. So yeah, man, Drew Holiday, he's a really, really good play on this slate. And then I'm gonna quickly just kind of bunch it up with his teammate Josh Hart, 5,000. He's been in that starting role, getting some good run. I think that he's a guy that you can look at. In the mid tier, you only need 25 for value. We got him projected right there, around 25. RJ Barrett's a guy I like at 6,300 going against Atlanta. The guy has definitely shown us some upside this year. He's playing a boatload of minutes. Atlanta's a very up-tempo team. This should be a very back-and-forth game. RJ Barrett, a young guy, could definitely get out and run. So I think that he's in a good spot here. Then we'll go Garrett Temple, man, been getting some extended run with Brooklyn, playing very well at 5,000. I think that, I'm really liking this Brooklyn and New Orleans games. You're going to see me targeting a lot of guys there. That's just kind of where I'm at. This is a game I really want a lot of pieces to. Garrett Temple's another guy. GPP play just because he has been up and down, but I definitely think that you can look at him in GPPs. And then Atlanta and Atlanta, New York. You see the trend. New Orleans, Brooklyn, Atlanta, New York, Lakers, and Indiana are the games I'm really, really liking today. And then, we're going to get a little bit of Phoenix and Clipper exposure as well. We'll get there. But yeah, man, Hoarder at 4,400 for Atlanta. I think that he's a solid play right here. There's a bunch of guys, 5,000 or less, that I'm feeling really good about in the shooting guard spot. Probably not going to want to pay up at this particular position. Moving on to small forward, hey, we'll start at the top. We got LeBron. I think LeBron's in a good spot here against Indiana, 11,000. Definitely think that he is in play. I don't know if he's a cash game play just because the price tag and him and Anthony Davis kind of take away from each other. But anytime LeBron's on the slate, he's playing very well. Starting at point guard right now, I think that you really, really consider on the floor is pretty good in this spot. Hey, we got Brandon Ingram going against Brooklyn. Surprise, another Pelican. Brandon Ingram's having a career year so far. To start the season, he's getting a ton of opportunities, ton of minutes going against Brooklyn, 8,400. A pretty good spot right here for Brandon Ingram. And I think he's probably my favorite small forward on this slate. Then we'll move down a little bit. A couple more guys. I like Kelly Oubre. He's playing very well. Price tag is down. Going against the Clippers, it isn't. I'm not going to say he's a cash game play because he's going to have a tough matchup against, Paul George, against Kawhi Leonard. But I definitely think that he does have the upside still here at only 6,700 price tag. We got him projected at 35, which is over a 5x value. So definitely think that he is in play. A couple more guys that we can pay down for. One guy I like, Marcus Morris for New York going against Atlanta. I think he gives us a pretty solid floor in that starting lineup. He's a guy that we can really consider. And then a guy I'm really, really liking a lot today. I'm liking TJ Warren, man. It's just a dirt cheap price tag for him at only 4,800 in a game against the Lakers, an up-tempo team. We got him projected at 5x, a little bit over 5x already, and he can get 7, 8x if he gets the minutes on his price tag. I'm really liking TJ Warren as your small forward number 2 in cash games. I think that the floor is good enough at a 4,800 price tag. He's just too cheap, in my opinion. Power forward, Anthony Davis, game time decision. He's been a game time decision basically every game this season. I fully expect him to play. 10.7 is a dirt cheap price tag for Anthony Davis. He can easily crush this value. Really, really consider Anthony Davis. He's a good play today. Kawhi Leonard, 10,000, up-tempo game against Phoenix. I think that Kawhi Leonard's in a good spot right here as well. Me personally, I would much rather go with Anthony Davis over Kawhi Leonard. I just think that Anthony Davis, he does more in different categories to really fill up the stat sheet for you compared to Leonard. They have so many good guys on the Clippers. He doesn't have to do so much compared to previous years. Then we'll move down a little bit. Domantas Sabonis against the Lakers. I think this is a pretty good spot for him. A GPP play because if he's going to be banging against Anthony Davis, I can see him getting in foul trouble. But nonetheless, I still like him as a GPP play. Julius Randle going against Atlanta in an up-tempo game. I think this is a pretty good spot for him right here. The minutes have been there. We got it projected at over 5x, and I like him, man. And then on the flip side of things, you got Jabari Parker going against New York. These guys are going against each other. Jabari Parker at a $6 price tag. This is just too cheap of a price tag. I think that he's a very good cash game play in this matchup. I think it's going to be a back and forth up-tempo game right here. Man, so I definitely think that Jabari Parker is a guy that's in a pretty good spot. Last but not least, I do want to throw out Jarrett Allen going against New Orleans. New Orleans has been struggling against really good bigs. Jarrett Allen, man, he's shown us the upside already this year. I like this game as a whole. I've been mentioning a bunch of guys from this game. At 6,500, definitely think Jarrett Allen is a guy that we can really, really consider on today's slate. Probably a little bit more of a GPP play, but definitely going to come in lower owned, and I like him. To finish it off, center, Vucevic at 7.9. This is just way too cheap of a price tag, in my opinion. I definitely think he is in play. It is a tough matchup against Rudy Gobert, so he's a GPP play for me. I just like the price tag. I like the opportunity that he has. Getting back into the flow of things after kind of being hurt. I think he's a really, really good play. Then we'll go with the young guy, GPP play as well, Mitchell Robinson against Atlanta. This guy, when he gets minutes, he produces. It's all about minutes with him. The minutes are trending in the right direction right now. At 6,900, I definitely think that he gives us a little bit of upside. I wish he was a little bit cheaper. But hey, I think he's going to come in really low owned. I think you can really look at him in GPPs. Pay down spot, I really like Alex Lynn going against Atlanta on the flip side of things at only 4,500. I'm sorry, 4,900. Alex Lynn's a guy that we can really look at. You need 25 for value. We got him projected right there at 6x. Right there at 5x. I think that he's really a guy that you could consider. You got DeAndre Jordan going against New Orleans. We talked about New Orleans struggling against bigs right now. DeAndre Jordan, just like I talked about Jarrett Allen, DeAndre Jordan's in a really good spot. 5,100 is a really good price tag as well. I think that he can definitely excel in this matchup. I just don't know how much upside Jordan really gives us with the minutes he's playing, but I think he is in play. Lastly, I'm going to look at Jackson Hayes for New Orleans. They really like this big guy. He's been playing very well at the center spot. He is a little bit undersized, at the center spot, but that doesn't really stop him, man. The guy does what he does. He's been playing well, fills up the stat sheet. He's a guy I think that we can look at 5,100 as well. So that's really where I'm at with today's slate. You want a more in-depth analysis, make sure to check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. And hey, good luck on your guys' contest, all right? Peace out.